stay-at-home dad, watching Disney movies he never had. His daughter digs through all the VHS, crushing the classics in a princess dress. Informed like Scuttle, Kurt's got your ticket, making it real like Jiminy Cricket. Most are off the Captain Hook, but if the Tweedledum, he'll be taking more shots than Bambi's mom. Leave him raised like Simba, or cracked like the beast dishes. He'll show you a whole new world, you won't need pre-wishes. Stay-at-home Disney dad.
All right, Inspector Gadget Part 1, a bit of a swing and a miss. So let's see what the sequel brings. We press play, ad for Lion King, coming for the first time on DVD. That's exciting. The Lizzie McGuire movie, do I have that in the bin? Oh man, an ad for the Pirates movie, and it's using the same dramatic, generic music as old 90s WWE promo videos. I always love that. It's always like a mental mess when there's something that was so impactful during your childhood, like these WWE montages. They're forever linked to this particular music band, and then you hear that music on something else later and you realize it was just like track 18 on a CD of generic copy-free music. Wow, the ads keep coming. I guess if you bought or rented Inspector Gadget 2, you're either really susceptible to marketing, or they're like, hey, before you watch this movie, we just want to remind you, we've done better. Okay, after the movie, some girl named Rose is gonna sing Up, 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 I'm in. The Gear Castle intro returns, thumbs up. This guy pokes his head through the teeth of a Riverton City billboard girl's face. It's the new Gadget, but the mobile is still jive talking and Brain is riding shotgun, so go Gadget, invisible elephant in the room. Is this the new Gadget, or are we just gonna ignore the Mathew Broderick movie and we're just gonna, or are we going to make it into a joke like George of the Jungle 2 where they explain to the camera that Brendan Fraser wanted too much money to do the sequel? No, we're just going to go forward like this is the Inspector Gadget. Okay, now that Dr. Claw has been locked up, Gadget is bored because there's no crime. He bothers and arrests an old lady for jaywalking. We get a computer animated intro that looks like an old YTV bumper. Keep it weird! Anyone not Canadian won't know what I'm talking about. Any Canadian watching knows exactly what I'm talking about. Those days are gone, they're never coming back. After that, we meet the new Penny, and this teenage girl, whoever she is, this actress, is already stealing every scene from French Steward or Steward French, whatever it is. Although now that I look again, this girl's like 30 with a backpack and pigtails. Looks like a narc to me. Gadget's being overlooked by a technician because he's having gadgets with his glitches. Did I write that wrong, or is that what they said? All his gadgets are CGI in this one, and they're like completely over the top. I feel like they were a little more subtle in the first one. Maybe I'm wrong. Okay, his checkup ends, and he's gonna check in with the chief, and the doctor says, oh, I wouldn't do that. Some idiot arrested his mom this morning. That was pretty funny, okay? The chief yells at Gadget. They go to check on his mom, and she's wailing on some criminal in the holding cell. She says, and with the kidneys exposed, that's when the marathon of pain begins. Great line. Chief tells Gadget to go fight real crime. He says, there's no crime, Chief. All the criminals are locked away in prison. We cut to the prison. And could you imagine if this turned into this? No, just Dr. Claw escapes. Gadget is excited because now he has a purpose again. Penny wants to come help Gadget re-catch Claw. He kisses Penny and he says, don't forget to brush your teeth. Completely dismisses her. LOL. Oh, laugh out loud. They find Dr. Claw's voodoo doll pincushion of Gadget, and he's like, you don't think he's still holding a grudge, do you? I gotta say, the humor in part 2 is landing better than part 1. Dare I say, French is a better fit for delivering these cheesy one-liners. Like, credit where it's due. This guy is channeling the Inspector Gadget cartoon more than this guy did. Yeah, Claw's new bumbling minions are here, and they're gonna rob a bank in 1 week because there's a plan coming together. Claw's face is in the shadows, and yeah, f***ing right, this is the Inspector Gadget I remember and love. Good job, well done, Disney. I was not expecting them to get it right the second time, but here we are. To help re-catch Dr. Claw, they reveal Inspector Gadget 2.0, and it's this girl in blue. This is like Terminator 3. Gadget sees her, and he's like, go Gadget! Really? You. G2 shakes Gadget's hand, and there's some electricity. They think that's weird. I think it's foreshadowing. She has new gadgets and ties him up, and he's like, oh, she's great, but I can't help but notice she didn't say go, go, gadget. And the chief is like, she doesn't have to. She's like you, without glitches. Now, she gets the good cases, right? Because she's the newer model. She gets to track down Claw. There's a new sheriff in town. Yeah, she has the Claw case. He's not happy about that. Penny's like, since you're off the Claw case, I guess you don't want to see this clue, Uncle. And it turns out Claw put an ad out for Minions in the local paper. That's kind of funny. She's like, I traced the number to a bar called the Blue Monkey, and I bet if you went there, you could get clues that would lead you straight to Dr. Claw. She just connected those dots, and Gadget is excited, but he still won't let her come help. See, this is the relationship between Cartoon Penny and Cartoon Gadget. They're getting it right this time. Gadget bumbles the pudding, and we get the first, oh, Spade, why did you leave Farley in charge of the bees moment? Gadget goes undercover, and he drives there in his car, and Penny and Brain sneak in the back way of the bar, and they stumble into a meeting of the bad guys, and they do roll call with the 3 new henchmen. Squint, Jungle Bob, and the last guy is called the Ninja, because he's dressed like a ninja, and he has a sword. Gadget accidentally starts a bar fight, because he doesn't understand the term grease my palm, and he, well, you can probably guess what he does. Hey, is that Buff Bagwell? G2 comes and saves him. How embarrassing. The cops come and arrest all the unruly men and Buff Bagwell. He goes all Hermie on G2, and he's like, maybe we could work alone together. She's not interested. She's not having any of it. She's rude. And Penny gets in G2's face and calls her lady. That was good stuff. He's once again reminded he's off the case, but Chief says, but he steps 1 inch out of the stakeout zone, so technically he's not within 100 yards of it or whatever, as Chief told him. The car makes fun of Gadget's crush on G2, and he tells him he has to make sure it's all good under the hood. What does that even mean? The car tells Gadget he has to impress her. The bad guys are breaking into the same plant that Jack Napier got shot and dropped into the toxic waste. But G2 is there to stop them. Gadget waits in the shadows to assist her when she's outnumbered. But she murders all the henchmen. Not murders, but she kicks everybody's butt. She doesn't need his help. But then he tries to help anyway, and something goes wrong, and he says, stupid glitches. G2 separates in half, and her legs and lower torso start drop kicking down the bad guys before it reconnects with her upper torso. That was weird. Of course, Gadget tries to help and bumbles it, and the bad guys get away with the fuel cells. Is that what they wanted? The next scene, Gadget is getting chewed out by the Chief. As soon as they find out what Claw needs the fuel cells for, all of Riverton's at risk. Chief puts Gadget on bathroom cleaning duty, and he ends up giving himself a swirly. No one under the age of 30 knows what a swirly is because bullying got banned. This Claw is badass. He's all shadowy and sinister, as it should be. Next, he needs a laser, so they're going to create a diversion to steal the laser. Penny shows up and gives Gadget a ransom note style tip about where tomorrow he can go to intercept the bad guys. They both agree this might be a trap. He tells his car to alert him if he sees anything unusual. The car says, like a Trekkie with a girlfriend? Take that, you Star Wars, you Star Trek I don't know. Inspector Gadget 2 is coming for you. They keep showing this Professor Baxter character. I'm going to assume this is really Dr. Claw, but we shall see. He's created a bark translator, but it doesn't quite work. The henchmen pretend to be Gadget fans as they take a picture with him, and they stick a tracer on his hat. Or maybe it's a bomb, maybe it's a tracer bomb, maybe it's both, I don't know. No, it allows Claw to remote in and control Gadget. Forced McDonald's product placement. Claw controls Gadget, makes him go nuts in front of everyone, ruins the science convention. He makes Mickey ears by accident, and I really appreciated that. Brain finds a clue, but Gadget has to turn in his badge. He's off the force. Fun time-lapse edits of him walking out with his box of stuff from his desk. That was good. We learned Gadget's ear is a pencil sharpener. Gross. Brain found a bowling shoe. That was the clue. Penny's trying to rally the troops into the troop, but it's not working. Gadget's done with crime fighting, but Penny cries and snaps out of it, and we get a montage of Penny trying to crack the case with a shoe clue, while Gadget tries a bunch of new professions, and he sucks at them all. He can't work construction, he can't cut hair, he can't bake. Claw got his laser, so now he needs a ruby. The mayor is having a fundraiser, and Gadget is now a bellboy at the event. That's funny. He's all Sergeant Pepper. G2 looks him up and down and keeps going. There just happens to be a giant ruby at this fundraiser, right? Of course. They notice all the musicians at the event look super suspicious, and they say, because the music that's playing doesn't match the instruments they have. I did a terrible job delivering that joke, but it was really funny. This movie is starting to be more hits than misses by a mile. This is good stuff. They figured out where the line is for like this type of humor, which Inspector Gadget and like the George of the Jungle movies never figured out. Claw shows up and his henchmen pop out because they were the musicians. They drop laughing gas in the whole crowd and they steal the diamond. This is very like 80 or 69 Batman. No, 89 Batman, yeah. Claw forgot G2 is a robot, isn't affected by the laughing gas. She steps forward to Claw, who, surprised, has a giant magnet and sucks G2 into it. Great Claw moment. He gloats and smashes the glass. It takes the ruby or the diamond. Penny found the bad guy's lair. I pressed pause to run upstairs to get my kid some water, and she unpaused the movie while I was gone, so I don't know what I missed in the last 90 seconds, but the bad guys return to the headquarters, an old bowling alley, and bust Penny sneaking around. They capture her, but Brain gets away to run back to Gadget. G2 is heading back for deactivation because she failed, because the whole magnet thing. They found a flaw, which is super harsh. Gadget comforts her. Gadget follows the back, and he takes the to-be-recycled sticker off of G2 and reactivates her. She asks if he likes her, and a giant blue heart starts flashing on Gadget's hat. Brain breaks it up, it's barking. They remember the dog-talking technology, they get it working, and Brain tells them that Penny's been kidnapped by Claw and Claw's henchmen, and Claw's built a giant laser to shoot at the city for some reason. Gadget is sad because Penny tried to warn him, and he ignored her. Gadget asks for G2's help, and let's team up, and let's wrap this thing up. Gadget gets suited up, and he and G2 are off to save the day. Claw and his henchmen arm the giant homemade laser, and it's actually a time displacement laser. I feel like they could have played this card much earlier, and this could have been like the whole plot of Inspector Gadget 2. Gadget in time. Okay, this laser pauses everyone in the city, like it freezes them. It's like a freeze ray. Gadget and G2 try to outrun the time stop laser wave, and they end up out of town when it stops. Claw and his crew drove right into the bank because everyone's still frozen. They're still keeping Claw's face in the shadow, in the dark. That's amazing. They open the vault, and it's all gold bullions. I haven't said that word ever in my life. Gadget and G2 also come back. They drive right into the bank and go to arrest Claw. They argue if the jig is up or not. The bad guys have Penny captive, and they drive away with her. G2 swaps chips with Gadget, so she's the one with the glitches, and Gadget can go be the hero. We get a techno remix of the Inspector Gadget theme song. He's using his helicopter hat, his hella hat, to chase the bad guys. He accidentally knocks just a civilian that's frozen. He knocks him over as he goes by. That was like the funniest moment of the movie. Back at the bank, G2 topples the henchman. Gadget's on the roof of the bad guy's escape ice cream truck. He uses his Go-Go Gadget can opener to remove the part of the roof. Claw ejects Penny on this bomb-covered cart rolling down the street. Gadget has 60 seconds to save her before she explodes. This is good stuff. He saves Penny, and we get the slow-mo jump away from the explosion. Claw assumes they are both dead, as does G2, but they are not. We go to the final battle between the good guys and the bad guys. He's Go-Go Gadget bubblegums, and he stops the giant ice cream truck with a road full of giant bubblegum. And wait, if he has her chip, why does he keep saying Go-Go Gadget? I got you, Inspector Gadget 2, huh? Script editors. Anyway, the minions get captured. They tell Claw to come out with his claw up, but instead he launches an escape pod from the truck, flies away, and does the "I'll get you next time, Gadget." Thank you. It's all I want. They let him escape as they try to reverse the freeze ray. Penny figures it out and unfreezes the city, like the time continues again. Now the two Gadgets are getting service medals for saving the city, and Gadget's budget, the Gadget budget is getting doubled. Gadget makes it to the stand, and he gives Penny credit. Penny is dressed in classic cartoon Penny clothes. Baxter was not Dr. Claw. The Gadgets kiss, and fireworks pop out of his hat, and we go to credits. I'm pumped for Rose Falloons. Up, up, up. But oh wow, my VHS is screwed up. This sounds terrifying. I gotta go to YouTube and see what this girl's all about. Oh, it's Rose Falcon. Rose Falcon, born May 2nd, 1984. It's my age. Is an American singer-songwriter. Falcon's songs have been recorded by Faith Hill, Lady A, Day of Fire, Eric Paisley, and Jesse James. Falcon has also written and performed songs which are included in the soundtracks of Confessions of a Teenage Drama Queen, Master of Disguise, Raising Hell in Dawson's Creek, Heart of Dixie, and Inspector Gadget 2.
That's what I think about.
What do you think?
What we have is a concern about Curtis Anderson. His interviewing style is not the best. His personal appearance is not the best. I was wondering if the man has some kind of a hold over the channels that he's allowed to be employed for so long.